Number 1. I sat in front of my computer screen, sleepily rubbing my eyes, hearing a creak in the hallway. I jumped slightly in surprise, thinking the house was old and had done this before. I didn't bother to look, barely outside my door. I continued to browse, socialize and play, and all other matters of burning time away. Suddenly again, a creak and a thump I heard as I jolted up from my slump. Curious now, I began to stand. Walking to the door, I stretched out my hand. Pulling it open, it whined out a squeak as I stepped into the hallway, mindless and half asleep. It was dark, darker than usual, often lit by the fire. I thought I was delusional, but nay, it was black, blacker than ever, silent until I heard a wheezy breath which sealed my dilemma. A groan and a creak from the end of the hall, as the beast leaned down in an almighty fall. Light escaped from the corners of where it once was, illuminating its body and lighting its claws. Yet it had no head or no eyes to be seen. It was almost liquid. I thought, this must be a dream. Yes, indeed. I fell asleep at the screen. There's no way this is real. I began to laugh as it screamed. A high, ear-shattering wail bellowed from the beast as it rolled forwards. Its arms were seeking me. Not 2 or 3 or even 4, but hundreds and thousands. It was reaching forth, a sea of limbs, an ocean of fingers, stretching out for me. As it inched closer, I regretfully lingered. The popping and cracking of bones rang out in a symphony of pain. This thing wanted me so dearly, it ebbed through the stain. Crack, snap, crunch and creak were the noises I heard as I shot awake from the dream. Rubbing my eyes, I remembered the nightmare. I thought I was done for, but wait, is it still there? I shot up and ran out to the hall. No beast was there, yet I froze as I saw thousands of handprints covering the walls. Number 2. Blinking my eyes slowly, feeling the gentle grass cradling my tired body, I was awake at last. The air was cold and cruel to my skin, yet I felt comfortable, because to nature I was akin. In the distance I narrowly spied, flickering far away, the light of a bountiful fire, dancing clearly without the light of day. A figure moved around it, in a sort of awkward step, yet they swayed oddly, without a beat or intent. There was no music I heard. Maybe he had no guide, I thought as I began to stand and scale down the hillside. The night was silent, and I saw nothing around. My skin goosed over as my feet met the ground. Step by step I approached the fire. They did not notice me, but my gaze did acquire a closer look at its shapes as they eerily moved, contorting limbs violently in its twisted groove. It had skin like me, but that was all. The rest of its body had no similarities at all. It walked on 3-fingered hands, bending the wrong way, stretching unnaturally far as it moved in its sway. Joined to its body, I thought, yet that's not what it was. I saw it freeze suddenly, then turn as it broke the pause. Above the arms was a torso that had only one feature, a massive open mouth, bearing the jaws of this creature. Its teeth were tiny but whirred in a circular motion. I heard a mechanical screeching as it stirred into commotion. Facing me, I panicked, my heart beat like a war drum. I didn't have the will to move, as I helplessly began to succumb. Metal scraping metal is all I could hear. As it shambled closer, I had to clutch my ears. It was a language to it, yet not one to me. I didn't understand what it was I could see. I broke from my stupor and quickly began to run, back to the hillside from where I had come. Sprinting for my life, I threw myself forward. Looking recklessly behind me, I was shocked and suddenly floored. Hearing a loud crack, I felt collide with my face. I crumpled to the ground, writhing in a pained disgrace. What did I hit? Shot through my head. Painfully opening my eyes, I saw nothing ahead. It felt like solid glass, yet nothing was there. Suddenly my ears tuned back into the world as I stared. I heard the screeching metal as fear rippled through my veins. Feeling a hand grab my head, yet no, it was a foot of the monster I had fled. Struggling I fought as I was pulled into its maw. Its teeth cut and sliced, yet its strength had no flaw. I screamed and shouted in pain as I was forced into the whirlwind of relentless ripping razor blades.
Subject memory end. Specimen status hungry. New action required? Yes. Release next subject into dome? Yes. Expected specimen status satisfied. Running.
Number 3. 3 days ago they were sighted, drifting ever so eerily slow, past our docile solar system in an unimpressively dull glow. Comets, they said at first, nothing more but rock and ice. But as they drifted ever closer, a new theory was surmised. Intelligent life was pitched to a dismissive, disgruntled board, yet they all had to agree. Their behaviour could not be ignored. They shone like 2 little diamonds, yet pulsed in a slow rhythm, a soft whitish glow, as we decided to call them the lights, as was our imaginative naming tradition. They headed for our little marble, one painfully slow day at a time, seeming like rogue luminescent moons as they crawled towards mankind. Fanatics and believers preached it was our gods, returning from their paradise to finally teach us our cause. Scientists were baffled as their education was undone. We simply had to wait and prepare for all possible matters to come. Day by day we saw them, inching closer to the vertex of what we were facing and what could be they, yet something was slightly off as they stole the stars away. Everything faded behind them, no longer visible in the sky. We were so focused on them alone. It is a true curiosity as to why. We did not even notice our beloved Luna was no more. Sol could not even be seen, as they were now approaching our door. 2 massive orbs of pale white were sitting in the sky. To the east and west it was dark, as we stepped from our homes to spy. A massive tear ripped open between them in a flash, slowly spreading as we realized what they now were at last. As humanity stared distantly into the splitting precipice ahead, we all knew what they were now, as our species felt the dread. We all now knew, every scholar, every priest, every man, woman, child, and even every beast. Yet it was the news reporter on my old reliable TV who broke the silence of this moment we all felt mark the end of history. As the ghoulish tear ripped open, splaying columns of black and gold. We stared into the gates of oblivion, hearing what he alone had told. Through their pale white smooth and soft glowing disguise, the news reporter sputtered,
Oh God, they were only its eyes.
Hello everyone, SinisterShaf here. I hope you enjoyed this short collection of scary poems written by FawxFang. I would like to say a massive thank you to FawxFang for allowing me to narrate the stories The Beast, I Awoke, and The Lights. Thank you so much for giving me permission to narrate these stories. I really do appreciate it. So, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also, leave me a comment down below telling me which one of these was your favourite. And, as always, stay sinister.